The sea apocalypse had left nothing but endless gray water and one man's desperate fight. Kato's platform, a scrap metal raft, heaved against the black waves. A storm was swallowing him whole.
Not today. Not when I've come this far.
A burst pipe sprayed salt water across the deck. The hydroponic core, his only source of food, flickered dangerously. He dove onto the deck, wrench in hand, fighting the crushing water pressure to seal the leak. The storm passed, leaving the platform crippled. Kaito collapsed against the mast, breathing hard, but the core still glowed. He opened the protective case. Green sprouts pushed through the blue nutrient gel. Alive.
As long as this holds, I don't need land.
The platform was battered, half sunk, but the core was safe. He would not let it fail again. He gripped the railing and stared at the endless gray horizon. The flood had taken everything, but he would build something unsinkable. Dawn broke. Kaito was already welding torn metal plates, his breath misting in the cold air. The core hummed steadily inside its casing. He unrolled a salvaged blueprint and sketched extensions. More grow beds, a rainwater collector. Solitude was safer, but expansion was necessary. A dark speck on the horizon became a crowded boat. Survivors, waving and shouting. Kaito's hand froze on the wrench.
Please, we have nothing left, children, elders. Just a little space, and we won't burden you.
They'll drain my resources. But if I turn them away, fine. But you follow my rules. No one touches the core.
The refugees clambered aboard, their gaunt faces lit by the glow of the core. The platform groaned under the added weight.
We can help. I was a fisherman. We can set nets, catch fish.
Kaito eyed the newcomers warily. Trust was a luxury the flood had drowned. The platform felt smaller now. Every ration would be a negotiation. The first crack in his solitude had opened. At dawn, an old woman clutched a tin of sprouts. Her grandson cried from hunger.
Those are regulated. We share equally, or we all starve. No exceptions.
The boy's crying echoed across the deck. The core's soft hum seemed to mock their desperation.
I've fished these waters all my life. We can build nets, raise fish.
Tanaka's hands, gnarled but steady, sketched a simple cage net design on the deck. For 3 days, they wove mesh from salvaged ropes, the core glowing gently in the background. The first fish flopped onto the deck, a silver flash in the gray light. A tiny victory, but enough to spark hope.
See? The sea still gives. We only need patience and a little faith.
Kaito opened the core. Sprouts had thickened. They ate half a fish and greens, the silence finally peaceful. The truce was fragile. But for now, the platform had a chance to grow. Kaito spread a massive blueprint across the deck. A floating ark, multi-leveled, with a greenhouse dome. The refugees stared, silent.
This is a fortress. Where will we get the steel? The power?
The flooded cities are full of it. We salvage, we build, or we die.
Before anyone could object, a lookout shouted, a raft, carrying a lone woman, drifting toward the platform. They pulled her aboard, unconscious but breathing. The royal insignia on her torn dress raised whispers.
My name is Hina. I was part of the old order. But that world is gone. I know logistics, supply routes. Let me help.
A noble could be useful or dangerous.
Hina rose from the bed and took a piece of chalk. She began sketching organizational charts on the wall. Within hours, the first salvaged steel beams were being hauled onto the platform. The ark was no longer just a drawing. The platform groaned under the weight of ambition. But for the first time, Kaito saw a future beyond survival. Weeks of salvage and sweat turned the patchwork platform into a miniature fortress. The Ark version 1 was born. Deep inside the dome, Kaito transplanted the sprouting core into a full-scale aeroponic system, Vines and vegetables exploded in the filtered light.
Endless food. We might actually pull this off.
That evening, the community gathered in the new dining hall. Plates of fresh salad and grilled fish filled the tables.
To the Ark, may she outlast the flood itself.
We have food, shelter, water. Today we celebrate. Tomorrow we prepare for what's out there.
He never stops worrying. That's why they'll follow him.
Late that night, Kaito stood alone on the observation deck. The Ark was afloat, but the sea stretched forever.
Something is wrong. The flood should have stopped by now. What if this isn't the end, but a cycle?
The first seed of doubt had been planted. But for now, the Ark sailed on, a fortress of hope in an endless, hungry sea. Months passed. The Ark sailed the endless gray, a floating stronghold. Then a lookout cried out, "Speedboats on the horizon."
Surrender your food and your ship, or we'll sink you where you float.
You'll get nothing but steel and fire. Defensive positions now.
Harpoons and bullets tore through the air. Raiders swarmed the deck. Kaito's cannon boomed, scattering boarders.
Pull them back. Protect the greenhouse. Nothing gets through.
The raiders broke, retreating to their boats. But the Ark was scarred, smoke rising from the outer plates, one turbine still.
You got lucky, engineer, but the sea is full of hungry fleets. We'll be back.
This wasn't the last. We're a target now. We start fortifying immediately. Thicker armor, reinforced hull. No one takes this Ark from us.
As the Ark sailed on, the sound of welding torches never ceased. The fortress was awakening, from a home to a bastion. A sunken cruise ship loomed beneath the waves. Kaito dove, cutting through rusted hulls to salvage every steel beam he could find.
Haul it up. We'll reinforce every bulkhead until this Ark is a floating fortress.
For days, they welded the new armor onto the Ark's hull. The greenhouse dome shone brighter with integrated solar panels.
I've reorganized the grow beds. We'll triple the yield, enough to feed twice our numbers.
If only food could stop an armada.
Then the radio crackled. A scout boat had spotted something to the north. Kaito climbed to the observation deck and froze.
That's not raiders. That's a war fleet. Someone powerful wants us found.
The armada stretched across the horizon, black ships bristling with cannons, a flagship towering above them all.
Turn the Ark south, full speed. We're not ready. Not yet, but we will be.
The Ark accelerated, its engines churning white foam. The Sea Lord's shadow had fallen, and the game had changed. The Ark hadn't outrun the Sea Lord's reach. A small messenger ship intercepted them, flying a black flag.
I return not as a raider, but as the Sea Lord's voice. His terms are simple. Your technology, your fortress, and your people as servants. Refuse, and this sea becomes your grave.
As the words sank in, the Sea Lord's image loomed in every mind, a tyrant who would never stop, until the world knelt.
Tell your master. This Ark will never be his. We'd rather sink than serve a tyrant. Now leave.
After the messenger departed, Kaito and Hina retreated to the cabin. The map on the table felt heavier than ever.
If he attacks, we can't hold forever. We need a contingency. Small, independent pods. Seeds of the Ark.
Agreed. We build them in secret. If the Ark falls, they'll carry our knowledge and our freedom.
Under the Ark's lowest deck, hidden from most, Kaito began constructing miniaturized pods, each with a sprout from the core.
No matter what happens, the cycle will continue. I'll make sure it doesn't belong to one man.
The Ark sailed on, but now it carried more than survivors. It carried the seeds of a scattered future, one the Sea Lord couldn't stamp out. Kaito dove alone into the deep, searching for salvage. Instead, he found a sunken structure, an Ark, older than any ship he'd ever seen. Its hull was encrusted with centuries of growth, yet the design mirrored his own fortress. Someone had built this before. Inside, a wall carving stretched 30 feet, waves swallowing cities, then receding. a calendar marked in ancient script.
200 years. It's a cycle. The flood isn't permanent.
A pedestal rose from the floor, cradling a glowing data crystal. Records of the last civilization, dormant for ages.
They knew. They built arcs, just like mine, and the Sea Lord must know this too.
He secured the crystal and swam upward, the weight of history pulling at his every stroke. When he broke the surface, gasping, the ark's silhouette had a new meaning. It was no longer just a survivor. It was an ark of knowledge.
The water will recede. This is the key to freedom, not just survival.
The cycle was real. And in that truth lay both salvation and the ultimate weapon against the Sea Lord. In the control room, Kaito activated the crystal. Its hologram mapped the flood cycle spanning millennia.
The water will start receding within months. The Sea Lord must know. He's been waiting.
A captured raider was dragged in. Captain Vega, scarred and defiant, met their gaze.
Admit it. The Sea Lord is hoarding survivors for when the land returns.
We know his plan. Slavery for the New World. How many others know?
You are dead. His fleet will crush you, and your people will be the first in chains.
The truth settled like lead. The Sea Lord was no mere raider. He was an emperor in waiting.
Then we broadcast the truth. Every survivor must know they have a choice.
The ark's antenna flared. Kaito's voice and the crystal's data broadcast to every listening ear. The message ignited hope and guaranteed the Sea Lord's wrath. The true battle had begun. Within days, the Sea Lord's armada darkened the horizon, a black tide of destruction.
All batteries, fire. Give them everything we have.
The first salvo ripped through the air. Ships erupted in flames, but the enemy kept advancing.
They're overwhelming our flanks. We won't last another assault.
We're not fighting to win. We're fighting to delay. Release the pods. Now.
Side hatches opened, ejecting the miniature arcs. Each bore a sprout from the core, seeds of freedom.
Survive. Grow. Prove that tyranny can't own the future.
Kaito grabbed a rope and swung off the ark's railing. Moments before a shell tore through the hull, he crashed onto the enemy flagship's deck, cutlass flashing. Guards encircled him, and ahead, the Sea Lord clapped slowly. The pods vanished into the mist, a future scattered across the sea. Kaito faced the tyrant. The true battle was now. Steel rang across the deck as Kaito and the Sea Lord clashed, each blow a testament to their opposing wills.
You think you've discovered something new? I've known the cycle for years. When the land returns, my hoarded survivors become my slaves to rule the new world.
Then you've already lost. I've seeded dozens of free arcs. Your tyranny ends before it begins.
The duel turned savage. Kaito pressed forward, each stroke fueled by the weight of countless lives. With a final, precise strike, Kaito sent the Sea Lord's blade spinning into the sea.
Finish it then. Prove you are no different from me.
Kaito lowered his blade. Instead, he kicked a lifeboat into the water and gestured to it with weary contempt.
Drift. And watch the dawn. Freedom can't be drowned.
The Sea Lord's fleet scattered, leaderless. Kaito climbed aboard his crippled ark as dawn broke. The ark listed heavily, its deck strewn with debris and the wounded. The cost of defying a tyrant had been steep.
Was it worth it, Kaito? So many lives lost.
I won't lie. The pain is immense, but they died for a future where no one is a slave.
They gathered the dead, wrapped them in salvaged cloth, and sent them into the sea with whispered promises. Hina's voice broke as she read the names. 43 souls, each a story. As the last name faded, Kaito lifted the data crystal. Its light pierced the gloom, projecting the ancient cycle.
This is what the Sea Lord wanted to hide. The flood recedes. In months, there will be land again.
Gasps rippled through the survivors. For the first time, they saw not an endless apocalypse, but a countdown. The grief didn't vanish, but something else joined it. Purpose. They began picking up the pieces, not just to survive, but to prepare.
We'll make them proud. We'll build a world worth their sacrifice.
Weeks became months. The Ark sailed through calmer waters. Then one dawn, the horizon changed.
Look, mountain peaks. The water is receding, just as the cycle foretold.
Jagged tips of stone broke the gray surface, the first sign of land in over a year. On the next ridge, a familiar silhouette, the small arcs, their green domes glowing. They had survived.
They found each other. Our seeds of freedom, they've become a fleet.
They converged at the emerging land, a natural harbor where the water still lapped.
We're not just survivors anymore. We're the foundation of a free world.
But a shout from the watchtower cut the celebration short. A remnant fleet, the Sea Lord's black flags, on the horizon.
He still doesn't understand. This isn't just about survival. It's about what kind of world we build.
Then we'll show him, for every life he tried to enslave.
Kaito raised his cutlass, and every free ark opened fire. The Sea Lord's remnant fleet, caught in a crossfire, shattered.
Keep the line. Don't let a single ship through.
Amid the chaos, Kaito swung on to the Sea Lord's flagship for the last time. The deck was slick with seawater and defeat.
You think this changes anything? Another will rise.
Not if we teach the world that freedom is stronger than fear.
Their blades met, a final, desperate dance. Kaito's every strike was precise, infused with the weight of all he had protected. With a final, ear-splitting crack, the Sea Lord's blade shattered. He dropped to his knees, the fight drained from him.
Go on, prove you are a tyrant like me.
Kaito lowered his blade. The ship listed sharply, water rushing in. The tyrant's reign was over. But Kaito's choice would echo forever.
Ending him is easy. Making sure his kind never returns, that's the real battle.
Instead of a killing blow, Kaito sheathed his cutlass and hauled the Sea Lord to his feet. The ship groaned its last.
I won't execute you. I'll leave you on an island with a seed ark. Prove you can nurture life, or die alone.
You think this is mercy? Leaving me to wither with a plant? You are a fool.
Number. It's a choice. Live by building or die by your hatred. The world won't miss you either way.
They lowered a small boat, the seed ark pulsing with a soft green light. The Sea Lord was cast off toward a desolate shore. Kaito watched until the boat was a speck. The Sea Lord's curses faded into the wind.
Maybe one day he'll understand. The cycle isn't about power, it's about renewal.
You did the right thing. It's harder to let go. But now we can build without his shadow.
They turned the remaining ships toward the new land. The sun broke through the clouds, warming their backs. Kaito looked ahead, not back. Freedom, not vengeance, would anchor the new world. The ark's hull scraped solid ground for the first time. Grassy hills stretched beyond the shore, a canvas for new life.
After all this time, solid ground. I never thought I'd feel it again.
They gathered at the beach, faces lit by the first true sunrise. Kaito stood before them, the crystal in his hand.
We've lost much, but we carry their dreams. Let this land be a place where freedom grows, where no one is a slave.
And together, we'll build a society not of fear, but of hope.
A voice from the crowd rose. Name the settlement, Kaito. Others echoed.
Then we call it Arkhaven, and you've all named me Captain of the Free Seas. I'll carry that with honor.
They set to work immediately. Hammers echoed as the first homes rose from salvaged wood and dreams. The fortress Ark, anchored in the bay, became their first town hall. Its dome, glowing a friend's a promise. Tomorrow would bring new struggles, but tonight, the world had a beat. The age of the free seas had begun. 3 years passed. Arkhaven had grown from a camp into a bustling port. Children who had never known land now chased each other through wheat fields. Trade ships from the scattered free arks dotted the harbor, bearing fresh produce and stories.
Every time I see a new flag in the harbor, I remember the broadcast. They heard us.
We've built something the floods can't wash away, but freedom needs constant tending.
That's why we have the Captain's Council. No single voice can rule.
And yet they still look to you, the captain of the free seas.
I carry the title, but they carry the will. That's the difference.
A child ran up to Kaito, offering a hand-picked flower. The future, fresh and unafraid. The fortress stood in the bay. The yellow tag, endless food, now a beacon. Not of survival, but of promise. Kaito stepped through the silent hatch. The fortress ark was now a museum, its halls lined with photographs and salvaged relics. His footsteps echoed on the metal grates. Every pipe and weld he had crafted himself. He entered the dome. The core pulsed gently, and the yellow tag, endless food, glowed above the thriving plants.
This was the first heartbeat. Without this, none of it would have happened.
I thought I'd find you here. The place where it all started.
Every time I doubt, I come here. It reminds me that a single seed can feed a world.
And a single belief that freedom is worth the cost. You taught us that.
We built something unsinkable. Not just steel, but hope.
They stood in silence, the hum of the core the only sound, as the sun dipped below the horizon. Outside, the fortress ark remained anchored, a testament to the day the sea tried to claim all and failed. The flood had not been the end. It was a cycle, a turning of ages that Kaito had learned to steer. Across the seas, the seeds he scattered took root. Independent arcs dotted the waters, each a beacon of freedom, and at the heart, the fortress ark remained anchored. Unsinkable, not by steel alone, but by the dream it carried. The yellow tag, endless food, glowed above the greenhouse, not just a promise of sustenance, but of a world without hunger. It began with one man battered by the storm, clutching a wrench and a handful of green sprouts. From that desperate fight rose a new age, an age of free seas, not ruled by a tyrant, but guided by hope. The fortress ark became a monument, not to power, but to the truth that freedom, once planted, cannot be uprooted. Generations would tell the story of the apocalypse that drowned the old world, and the ark that saved the new. He built an unsinkable fortress with endless food in the middle of the sea apocalypse, and he sowed the seeds of freedom across the endless waves, so no tyrant could ever own the future. Years later, Kaito stood on the shore of Arkhaven, watching the sunset paint the waves in gold.
I still remember the storm that almost claimed me. Now, it feels like a lifetime ago.
Beside him, Hina smiled and took his hand. Crowds no longer needed him every moment. The council ran Arkhaven with steady hands.
The free arcs gather for the 10th anniversary. They want you to speak of the beginning.
Kaito nodded slowly, his gaze drifting to the old fortress ark, still anchored as a museum.
They already know the story, but I'll remind them. The ark wasn't built for a man, it was built for a choice.
In the quiet that followed, a child's laughter echoed from the village, a sound that had once been a luxury in the drowned world. Kaito closed his eyes and listened, not to the past, but to the peace they had built. When he opened them, the horizon was clear. The endless food, the unsinkable fortress, they were always means to this one moment. The world was free, and the sea, once an enemy, now carried songs of hope to every shore. Decades passed, and the fortress ark became a legend. Its dome still glowed, a green jewel on the blue horizon. Kaito and Hina, now gray and gentle, walked through the museum halls they had once built with sweat and hope. A child ran up, pointing at the glowing tag. "What does endless food mean?" she asked.
It means that as long as we share what we have, no one has to go hungry. That's the real fortress.
And freedom means no one can take that choice away. Your generation will keep it safe.
The child nodded, running off to tell others. The torch had been passed, not with fire, but with a seed. Outside, the sun set over the endless sea. The fortress ark, never sunk, glowed like a star. In a world once swallowed by water, one engineer's dream became humanity's anchor, and the seeds he scattered in the flood grew into a forest of free people. The fortress of endless food stands forever, not as steel, but as the unbroken will to build a better world.